When you're raising up children, especially newborn babies, they cry for various reasons. Today, I want us to look at various cries of a newborn child and how to identify what the cries means. I want us to do that quickly, and then I want to discuss something that just happened as I was walking around. No, 2 days ago, as I was walking around, something happened, and I want to share it because it's part of what I'm talking about, raising up children. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? Today, I want us to quickly look at various types of crying. When a newborn baby cries, what does that signify? The, the first type of cry I identified is what I call calling cry. Yeah, that the child, baby, is calling you. So it's calling cry or cry for call or whatever, so whatever way you want to say, but yeah, calling cry, where a child cries just a little. They just cry, they won't cry for a long time. It means that they're calling you, they need your attention. And if you ignore them, that's when they now increase the intensity of the cry to call your attention. So calling cry, they cry just a little. If they feel that they haven't seen you or there's nobody around, they just cry like that because they need to see somebody. And if you delay in coming, then they'll cry more. Number two is hungry cry. Again, they start by crying very little, and then if you don't come quickly to feed them, they'll cry more. They'll start opening their mouth. They start putting their fingers in their mouth. They just start showing signs of, or they start moving their mouth as if they are sucking something. That means that they are hungry, and they'll be crying more and more if you don't come quickly to feed them. The third type of cry is pain. They are in pain. They may start drawing themselves up in a particular way. That shows that they are in pain. You have to check them out to check know what is causing the pain. Maybe they were fed and they did not burp properly. That can actually cause them some pain and discomfort. So you have to always watch out for this kind of cries and know why your baby is crying. The next type of cry is what we describe as physiological cry. That means that they're either wet or they have poo-pooed and they need their diapers changed, or they are too cold or they're too hot. That's kind of a physiological type of cry. So you have to check that baby, check whether their diaper is wet or whatever, and whether they're hot or too cold. So that kind of cry, they will just consistently be crying and very uncomfortable, showing signs of being uncomfortable, moving all over the place. Then you have to check them out to know what is causing it. Check their diapers, check things, and make sure that they are comfortable. And once you change them, most of the time they will stop crying. The next cry I want us to look at today is sleep cry. When they are about to sleep or they need to sleep, they'll start crying. You can easily see them falling asleep from that cry and closing their eyes and stuff like that. So that's the next type of cry. When babies want to cry, you can always tell. And it's very important for us to start on time to talk to our babies. Even when you're breastfeeding them, be telling them things. When you're changing their diapers, talk to them, tell them what you're doing. You may think that they're just tiny babies, they don't know, but they do. So start on time. It helps a lot if you start on time to talk to your newborn babies. And then what I said I want to share with us, because it's part of what I'm talking about. I was taking a walk to the town center 2 days ago, and normally I'll be in a hurry. When I'm walking, I'm always in a hurry to get things done and come back and so. But that day, I decided to take my time to walk, and it was the time that the children finished from school. So this mom was walking with another mom and their children, and this 5-year-old was was telling her mom what happened in school. Yeah, she must be about 5 or 4, not more than that anyway. It's a young girl. Telling her what happened in school, telling her about her friend, how this happened, what the teacher did. And I was just following them. And the mom was on her phone pressing her phone. She wasn't talking to anybody, but she was just pressing her phone, doing something on her phone. And her daughter kept saying to her, "But mommy, I'm talking to you. I'm telling you what happened." And she just looked at her and said, "Yeah, it's okay. When we get home, you tell me when we get home. When we reach home, you tell me." So that child kept telling the mom, "But mom, I'm talking to you." And the mom just looked at her and said, "Oh, when we reach home, I'll see them, or you tell me when. Just wait until we reach home." Then I was surprised when the young girl said to her mom, "But when we get home, you are going to tell me that you're busy. You start doing something else. Very soon, you may go to start going to work, and I won't have chance to discuss this with you." She said, "No, no, no. I need to finish it. Well, okay, well, let me finish this, and when we get home." And the girl kept insisting, and the mom sort of smacked her on her bum, just a little bit of smack, not beating her, a little bit of smack. You are disturbing me." And the girl kept quiet. I looked at her and I'm like, wow, this is not very good, because that girl needed to talk to the mother at that time, but she did not have that time. We are so preoccupied sometimes with our gadgets. This happened on the street. Don't know what happens at home. It's very important when our children need our attention. Let us not be too busy for them. You don't know whatever that child wanted to tell you at that time. By the time they get home, you may even, she may even forget, or he may even forget what they want to tell their parents. But at that time that they're excited that they want to tell you, it's always good for us to make our time and listen to what they've got to say and give an opinion. Let us be very, very, careful regarding how we deal with children, especially at that very young age. Because when you start behaving that way, they'll start withholding information. They will not be ready to share any information with you because they see you as a mom who is always busy, too busy to even listen to what they've got to say to you when they finish from school. Please let us not miss it by being too busy with our gadgets. Let us make our time. There's time for everything. That mother would have made that child's what the child wanted to say to her. She would have made it a priority and speak to that child to listen to what she's got to say and maybe give her an opinion, or just say something that will make that child to feel happy. So please, this is just something I just saw and I thought I'll bring it up here because I know similar things happen all the time. Sometimes we can be so busy as parents, as moms in particular, but please let us always make our time, for our kids, especially when they're too young. That's their formative age. From that age, from birth to 5 years old, they get a lot, they learn a lot at that stage, and they're so inquisitive. They ask so many questions. Be attentive, listen to their questions, and give them answers as well. Okay, I'm going to stop this one here, but I just thought I would share this with us, what I just witnessed that happened. And I know similar things happen all the time. We can be there at any time making such mistakes, but we all learn as we go along. Especially those of you young children, make our time for them. They can be disturbing you all the time, and you're like, "Oh, this child," but make our time for them. It helps a lot. They may tell you a lot, but if you stop them from talking, you may miss important things in their lives. I'm going to stop this one here. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you again in my next one. Goodbye and God bless.